What's up YouTube, Mr. Lamacy here, and today we're going to be talking through 2.4 Throw Barbarian. So there's actually been a lot of change right here happening for the Throw Barbarian, namely around that quantity, but even some damage boosting came along, and we are going to dive on in and give a first look at what they've given us. Now, this doesn't have the perfect best gear. They kind of gave us some basic stuff. Sorry, I gotta get away from it. All right, throw barb. Throw barb. We also got the Cathan's armor staff. Okay. So, like I say, I'm not using all the best in slot for all of this stuff or whatever, right? I just have like a Treachery, Guillaume's Face, High Lord, some Gimmer Shreds, Laying of Hands, Ravenfrost, Ravertail, Sandstorm Trex. And then not even really a lot going on in the inventory. An Assassin Torch. So this is very much not perfect build, right? Like this is very much, because sometimes people before were like, you're only testing it with Fortitude and all these amazing things. It's like, this is all pretty meh gear. It's totally fine, but nothing amazing. And I'll kind of show you how it kind of plays here just a tiny bit. So it's actually okay. You can see we've got the really good Pierce there, which is really nice. And again, these are not like very high damaging weapons at all. And does good damage, able to kind of work through mobs pretty quickly. Obviously, we'd be using even more like Life Leech, Mana Leech, whatever stuff, gear with it all. But this is notably decent, and there's a few things I want to talk about with it. So number one, Throw Mastery. Let me get rid of this text. Throw Mastery now has a decent or more damage, more attack rating boost, I believe, and then the chance to not consume quantity at 55%. Now this is a level 22 Throw Mastery. 55% chance to not consume quantity. And every time we have a crit strike, which we have a 30% chance of a crit strike, it also replenishes quantity on the crit strike. So now all of the quantity issues that you were having before, I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to throw at nothing. Look at my quantity. I mean, 160, 161, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 9, 8, 9, 7. So it seems like at this point, with endgame gear, there is enough replenishing quantity where you're going to have infinite quantity. Now, is this a bug and you're all sitting there yelling at me in the comments? Quit showing them this because they're going to fix it so it's not how it's supposed to be? Maybe. And if that's the case, I apologize. But in my opinion, it works out pretty nicely because it is something where over the time of building up the character as you get more and more and work towards the end game gear, now your quantity is going to go from spending to slowly not spending to being able to sustain itself, so you're not having to go back home. And at the same time, even if they do adjust it and fix it so it's not 100% like this, where it still does somewhat go down, being able to have 52% chance to not consume quantity plus replenish strike on crit strike is pretty big, you guys. Like, that is actually a decent amount. And even right there, you can see one more skill point in it was another 3% chance to not consume. So having just a few plus to skills, it seems like he'll actually do a ton right there. So Throw Barb really seems like it's going to join the meta now. Because again, I'm showing you this build, and I just killed Eldritch right there and all of his minions with Gimmer Shreds, which are not amazing throw weapons, right? they're like, okay, they've got some elemental damage and some IAS, a little bit of ED, but like there's much better. There's no lacerator with the amp damage or war strikes for the deadly strike or any of this stuff. These are very mediocre throw weapons at best. I don't have a fortitude on. I'm using okay gear. I have Trex on. I'm not even using like Gores right now or using War Travs or anything like that. I mean, it's very, very basic gear. So, and again, no charms really as well. No Barb Torch, whatever. So, in my opinion right here, Throw Barb is going to be extremely fun, extremely solid. And will definitely join the meta. I can see this character being a solid, like, Ubering character, actually. That's where I kind of want to take it with some good gear. Take it to Ubers. I think you'll be able to go through a lot of areas with it. Obviously, you have... disgusting mobs in there. Obviously, you're going to have... still a little bit of difficulty with mobs that have like high physical defense and stuff like that, but the other nice thing is you do have that pierce on it, right? And I've got like a razor tail on here, and with the pierce, it really does a lot. It seems like you actually can hit a lot, and if you do have that good damage and some nice leech and stuff, I think you'll be able to really sustain on this character 100%. So, obviously, like I say, right now I don't have leeching gear. I don't have any of that stuff on. So the character's just going to be like, okay. Not amazing, but definitely playable. But I think with full gear, easily players 1 probably can get into some players 3 stuff. You can run, an Act 1 mercenary with Faith if you want to get fanaticism. You can do all sorts of stuff like that. And then additionally, I'm not even going into stuff for like, I say increased stamina, yeah. So, the actual full skill build on this probably involves like jamming into increased stamina a ton, because something that you also want to do is use like Frenzy with it. So you can go out and I'll show you. You go out and you like frenzy some mobs. Get yourself built up on some speed. And then you can throw with that speed. And now you're really cooking. And then just whenever once every few seconds or whatever it is, you go and hit one mob again with Frenzy so that you can come back and have the Frenzy speed for this. So this is a really big way to play these characters, to really just keep them like super strong. You just do a Frenzy mix with double throw combination, and it's just solid. So, in my opinion, Throw Barb is now going to be probably like a low A tier, I'd say. That would be my guess. I'd put it probably around low A tier. Like, I think it's going to be plenty good. You're going to be able to go out, kill a lot of stuff. I'll have a guide on how I would skill everything and all of that stuff later. But I think this character is finally in the like super fun category now, because this quantity stuff, even if it's even if it is changed so it slowly does drop a little bit, if you have this plus replenishes quantity on your weapon as well and all of that, you'll be really close to not having to go to town very often at all. There's still some stuff to be determined about the playthrough of this character and if it's going to be fun or not. I think that's still a little bit difficult, but I think that's kind of a later discussion piece to have. Regardless, I like where they're going with it. I like this Throw Barb right now. I think this will be a really good character. Like I say, you can see the gear is not insane here, and it still works. So for a lot of you guys at ladder starts, you can go out, pick up, a laying of hands, maybe find a Lem rune, make a treachery, just whatever stuff, find some Gorefoots and Ariat's face or something. You can just get some basic things and be crushing, kind of, right? You can go out and actually compete and help the team and do some stuff. So I like it. I'm all for it. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts so far on this character. Obviously, I'll do some more like insane testing with it with like max gear, probably an offline where I can actually get all of my gear over to it later. But for now, I'm super into the throw barb. Would love to hear your thoughts down below in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, everybody. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace, YouTube.